see. Mother's Day is coming soon, and I need to think of something to tell my mother, something creative. Like, oh, thanks for being my mom. Oh, no, that's just too plain. How about, dear Mom, I'm thankful to be your daughter. Oh, no, but she did want a son to carry on the family name. Well, how about thank you for being patient with me? Oh, but she wasn't always patient with me. Like the time I jumped into the pool with my shoes and socks on. Oh, she did not think that was funny at all. And hello there. Welcome to Grandma Kitty's house. And I'm Grandma Kitty, of course. I was just trying to think of something creative to say to my mother since Mother's Day is coming. Yeah, was that? Why did I jump into the pool with my shoes and socks on? Oh, you heard that. Oh, dear. Oh, well, you see, I was just a kid, and I was so anxious to go swimming, I forgot to take my shoes and socks off, and my mom did not think it was funny at all. Oh, no, not at all. No, but that was a long time ago. Maybe she's forgotten all about it. Was that... You didn't know I had a mother? Well, of course I have a mother. Everybody has a mother. Yeah. My mother is my biggest fan. Yep, she gets up early every Sunday morning to watch Grandma Kitty's house. Yeah, no, there's only two people that didn't have a mother, and that's Adam and Eve. Who's Adam and Eve? Oh my goodness, they were the first people way back in the beginning of time. Ask your mom or dad about them, yeah. But anyway, back to Mother's Day. I went to the library looking for a Mother's Day book, and guess what? I wasn't very successful, but I did find a really cute book. This is kind of like a grandmother's book. It's about a little pig that wanted to send something to his grandmother. Do you know what he wanted to send her? A giant hug. This is a really cute story. I think you'll like it. So this is called The Giant Hug. It was written by Sandra Horning and illustrated by Valerie Gorbashev. So let's read that together, shall we? Let's see what's going to happen. What do you want to send Granny for her birthday? Owen's mother asked. A giant hug, Owen replied. He opened his arms as wide as he possibly could to show how giant the hug would be. Do you want to draw a picture of you hugging Granny? His mother asked. No, Owen said. I want to send a real hug. I'll give the mailman a hug and ask him to send it to Granny. They gathered their letters and walked to the post office in town. Soon they got to the front of the line and Mr. Nevin called out, Next! I want to mail a hug to my Granny. Will you please send it? Owen asked in his most polite voice. Well, we don't normally send hugs, but I suppose we could give it a try, Mr. Nevin said. Owen's mother wrote down Granny's address for Mr. Nevin. Owen walked behind the counter, opened his arms as wide as he possibly could, and gave Mr. Nevin a giant hug. Please make the hug just as giant when you pass it to the mailman, Owen said. Oh, I won't see the mailman who delivers it to your Granny. I give the mail to Miss Porter, who sorts it and puts it on a truck to the big city. After that, it's put on a plane and flown across the country, Mr. Nevin said. Well, you will have to give Miss Porter a hug then, Owen said. And Mr. Nevin carried the mail to Miss Porter. Mr. Nevin looked down awkwardly at Miss Porter as he handed her the mail and the address of Owen's Granny. He blushed and mumbled, And here's the hug. Mr. Nevin opened his arms as wide as he possibly could and gave Miss Porter a giant hug. Miss Porter smiled as she sorted the mail. Just then the driver came to collect the mail bound for the big city. As the driver lifted the last heavy bag of mail, Miss Porter said, Leroy, one more thing. Someone is sending a hug to his Granny. Here is the address, and here is the hug. Miss Porter opened her arms as wide as she possibly could and gave Leroy a giant hug. Leroy laughed and said, Now that's a piece of mail you don't see too often. Leroy whistled on the way to the big city. After unloading the mail, he checked the schedule to see who was driving the mail to the airport. It read James. Leroy found James in the break room eating his morning snack. Hi, James. I know this seems a little odd, but a hug is being sent through the mail to someone's Granny, and this is her address, Leroy said. Leroy opened his arms as wide as he possibly could and gave James a giant hug. James cringed. He was not the hugging type, but he would do his job. They're passing that hug right along, aren't they? Later that afternoon, James arrived at the airport. He asked a mail handler when the mail was being loaded onto the plane. "That mail was taken to the plane a few minutes ago," the mail handler said. James rushed to the plane where Captain Johnson was getting ready to board. "Captain, a kid is sending a hug through the mail to his granny. Here is the address and here is the hug," James said with a grimace. James opened his arms as wide as he possibly could and gave Captain Johnson a giant hug. "Now, isn't that a grand way to start the day?" Captain Johnson bellowed. When the plane landed, Captain Johnson walked to the airport post office. He saw Amanda standing next to a mail truck looking sad. "Hello, are you driving the truck to the city?" Captain Johnson asked. Amanda nodded glumly. "A hug is being sent through the mail," Captain Johnson announced. Captain Johnson opened his arms as wide as he possibly could and gave Amanda a giant hug. Amanda brightened and said, "Thank you." She bobbed her head to the music as she drove. After unloading the mail, Amanda went to find Chad, the driver taking the mail to Granny's town. "Chad, a hug is being sent through the mail. Here is the address and, well, here's the hug," Amanda said as her face turned red. Amanda opened her arms as wide as she possibly could and gave Chad a giant hug. Chad chuckled and said, "Finally, do you want to go dancing tonight?" "I'd love to," Amanda exclaimed. Chad kicked up his heels and hopped in his truck. Early the next morning, Chad drove to Granny's town. As he prepared to return to the city, he remembered the hug. "Who will be delivering the mail to Pennyside today?" Chad asked the supervisor. "Shelley, but she's not here yet," Miss Greenberg replied as she adjusted her glasses. "Please pass this along to her," Chad said. Chad opened his arms as wide as he possibly could and gave Miss Greenberg a giant hug. Miss Greenberg gasped with surprise and her glasses tilted to the side. "Shelley, I need a word with you," Miss Greenberg called when Shelley arrived. "A hug is being sent through the mail to a boy's granny, and you are the mailwoman delivering it," Miss Greenberg said. Miss Greenberg opened her arms as wide as she possibly could and gave Shelley a giant hug. "Granny will be delighted," Shelley exclaimed. Shelley stopped to smell the flowers as she delivered the mail from door to door. She saw Granny gardening in the yard. "Miss Lewis, I have a special delivery for you," Shelley said. "Your grandson has sent you a hug." She opened her arms as wide as she possibly could and gave Granny a giant hug. Granny grinned and said, "That's the most wonderful piece of mail I have ever received. You send that grandson of mine a big kiss." Granny puckered up her lips and gave Shelley a big wet kiss on the cheek. And you probably can't see it, but here's the little pig with a kiss on his cheek. So it sounds like they sent a kiss back through the mail, too. Oh, that was pretty interesting, wasn't it? That was a cute story. So, today, I thought that we could talk about Mother's Day since it's coming up. Do you do something special for your mom? Yeah, moms are special, so we should do something special for them. Yeah, it's very important to remember them. So, I've been having trouble trying to figure out what to say to my mom, so I thought maybe we could talk about it. Maybe you could help me think of some things. So what are some things you would like to tell your mom? What's that? You don't like peas and broccoli? Oh, okay. Well, that's not quite what I had in mind, but let's talk about it. Yeah, do you know why Mom gives you peas and broccoli or fruits and vegetables? Well, it's because she wants you to be healthy. Yeah, she doesn't want you to eat junk food all the time. Yeah, junk food isn't good for you. So she wants you to drink milk so you'll have strong bones and then eat healthy food, fruits and vegetables, not stuff with lots of sugar and food coloring. I mean, you want to be strong and healthy, don't you? Yes, of course you do. I mean, who doesn't want to be strong and healthy? I mean, we don't want to be sick and miserable, right? Yeah. So when Mom gives you healthy foods, well, it's just because she wants the best for you. And you know what? If you don't like the taste of the peas, you know what you could do? Mix them with your mashed potatoes, yeah, and then maybe you won't taste them so much, yeah, and then maybe for your milk, maybe Mom will let you put a little bit of chocolate or strawberry syrup in there, yeah, maybe that would help. Well, does someone else have something they want to tell Mom? What's that? You don't like it when she wakes you up for school in the morning. Okay. Well, I'll admit, it is true. It's hard to get out of bed in the morning. Yeah, you're so snug and warm and comfy in your bed. I mean, who wants to climb out of that? No, it's just so cozy and comfortable to stay in bed. Yeah, but you know why she does that? so you won't be late. Yeah, I mean, she doesn't want you to walk into school late and have all the other kids looking at you. That would be embarrassing. Yeah. Do you know what I always told my kids? I told them I don't make the schedule and I don't make the clock. No, no. It was just my job to make sure everybody was where they were supposed to be at the right time. Yeah. I mean, moms don't make the clocks, right? And so if the clock says it's time for everybody to get up, well, she can't help that. She didn't make the clock, right? Or the schedule. She just has to make sure that everybody's where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there. Yeah. Moms can't control time. Nope, not at all. No. So, and kids do need to go to school. And, well, here's something. If you're having a real hard time getting out of bed in the morning, well, maybe you need to go to bed earlier at night. Yeah, maybe you just need to go to bed earlier and get more sleep. Yeah, maybe that would help. Okay, so does anyone else have something they want to say to Mom? You don't like the clothes she picks out for you? Okay, well, that one is a pretty simple solution. Pick out your own clothes. Yeah. Do you know what Grandma Kitty does? I pick out my clothes the night before. Yeah. And that way I had them all ready in the morning. Yeah. And then I can just get dressed real quick and I don't have to try to figure out what to wear. Yeah. So maybe you could do something like that. Yeah. Find the clothes you want to wear and put them on your bureau and then they'll be right there for you in the morning. Yeah. And you can get dressed quickly. But, you might want to check with Mom because she can tell you what the weather's going to be so you'll dress appropriate because you don't want to wear long sleeves if it's going to be hot or short sleeves if it's going to be cold. So, you can pick out your own clothes and just check with Mom to make sure that they're appropriate and okay to wear. Yeah, I mean, these are all good things that we're talking about here, but it's not quite what I had in mind. Does somebody else have something they want to tell Mom? What's that? You don't like taking baths and brushing your teeth? Yeah, okay. Well, let's talk about that for a few minutes. Yeah. And do you know why Mom makes you take a bath? So you won't stink. Oh, my goodness. If you didn't take a bath, nobody would want to be around you. Even your friends would probably say, go take a bath. Yeah, part of Mom's job is to make sure that you're clean and appropriate. Yeah, so she needs to remind you to take a bath every once in a while. Yeah, your body needs to be cleaned. You need to rinse off that mud and dirt from playing and wash off those marker stains on your hands and get rid of the germs. Yeah, and brushing your teeth, well, you got to brush your teeth or they'll rot, right? You don't want to eat pudding for the rest of your life. Was that, you like pudding? Yeah, I know. I like pudding too, but I think you would get sick of it after a while. Yeah, I like to be able to bite into a nice crunchy apple or chomp on some carrots, and you got to have teeth for that. Yeah, so you got to take care of your teeth. Yeah, that's an important thing. Yeah, so these are good things to talk to Mom about. But I was thinking about some happy things, something that would put a smile on Mom's face and make her happy. Yeah, can you think of something that you could say to her that would make Mom really happy? What's that? You could tell her you love her? Well, ding, ding, ding. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Something positive like that. Yeah. And what's that? You could tell her thank you for making spaghetti for you last night. That's your favorite meal? Very good. Now that's what I'm talking about. Some of the things Mom does for us that are special, that we should thank her for, and just let her know that we appreciate her. Yeah. You have something? Thank you for finding your teddy bear. Yeah. You can't sleep without your teddy bear. Yeah. See, that was nice of Mom to look around and find your teddy for you. See, she knew how important your teddy was. So she looked hard and she found him. Yeah. So what's that? You want to thank Mom for taking you to the playground? Yeah, that's good. And for taking you for ice cream? Oh, yes, ice cream is always fun. Yes, see, moms do a lot to try to keep their children happy. Yeah. What's that? Your mom bought you a new pair of shoes? And your mom took you to McDonald's? See, this is much better, much better. So just thank Mom for all those good things she did for you, and that'll put a smile on her face. Yeah, I think I would like to tell my mom, thanks for always being there for me. She's my best friend. Yeah. What's that? Oh, yes, moms can be best friends. Yeah. When I have a problem or a concern, something's not going right, I call my mom up, yeah, and she's always willing to listen to me. She may not have an answer for me, but she's willing to listen while I complain. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that maybe you could give Mom a big hug for Mother's Day, too, and that would make her happy. You still can't think of anything to tell her? Yeah. Well, just think about all the good things she does for you. She feeds you, right? Yeah. She organizes your birthday party, buys you presents, yeah, spends time with you. Yeah. Mom does a lot. So if you stop and think about all the things Mom does for you, then you'll realize that you can say some pretty positive things to put a smile on her face. Yeah. Well, I think that it is time to move on to Move and Groove. So today I brought I Will Not Be Afraid. Yeah, does your mom turn a nightlight on for you at night? Yeah, she doesn't want you to be afraid of the dark. Yeah, my daughter hung Christmas lights in her boys' room, and that way if they wake up at night, they got pretty lights so they won't be scared. So, yeah, moms try to keep their children safe and so they won't be afraid, yeah. And so remember that our hearts are made to beat, and it makes them happy when we get up and move and groove. So hop up off that couch and join me, okay? Let's see what we have here. Come on. It doesn't want to play today. Let's try again. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I will not be afraid. No troubles out there, night and day. No, I will not be filled with fear, since God is always, 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 yeah, I know He's always here. I will not be afraid. No troubles out there, night and day. No, I will not be filled with fear, since God is always, 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 yeah, I know He's always here. I don't need to worry, 'cause my God takes care of me. Gives me life, He gives me breath, yeah, everything I need. He's got all the power, and His power sees me through. Always does exactly what He says He's gonna do. Yeah, He says He's gonna do. I will not be afraid. No troubles out there, night and day. No, I will not be filled with fear, since God is always, 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 yeah, I know He's always here. I will not be afraid. No troubles out there, night and day. I will not be filled with fear, since God is always, 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 yeah, I know He's always here. All right, how did you do? Did you get up and move and groove and make your heart beat? All right, it's very important to get exercise. All right, so let's check our bee basket. And remember that our bee bag are the things we want to be, right? So let's see. Oh, look, I don't think we've done this bee before. Do you know what it says? It says, be gracious. Oh, huh. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? What's that? Oh, no, it doesn't say be graceful. No, it does not say be graceful, because if it said be graceful, well, Grandma Kitty would definitely fail at that. No, I do not have the ability to be graceful. No, I am just awkward and uncoordinated. What's that? You are too? Well, there's a difference though. You're still young, and as you grow, you may get better. Yeah, you may get more coordinated and not be quite so awkward, but me, it's too late for me. Yes, if I haven't learned to be graceful by now, well, It's just not going to happen. No, no. You see, I've never been good with balance. Never. No. I wasn't good at riding my bike, you know. Sometimes I just couldn't balance well, and sometimes it would actually crash my bike. Yeah. Yeah, and I can't even walk good. No, you know. Have you ever seen on TV how when a police officer stops a car, they might make somebody walk a straight line? Yeah. If Grandma Kitty ever had to do that, she would fail. Yeah, I can't walk a straight line. And I don't even drink. Oh my goodness. I'm just not graceful or coordinated. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about being gracious, like good gracious or gracious me. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what gracious means? Oh, it can mean a lot of different things. One thing, it can mean like being kind or being generous, you know, sharing and giving things to people. And a gracious person they're like a pleasant person, someone that you like to be around. Yeah, someone who's polite and uses their manners and they think about other people and their needs and what they might want. And a gracious person listens to other people and they're supportive. They like to help them with their needs or their concerns. They're loving people who show kindness, even when the other person might not deserve it. Yeah. So, You know, this sounds like a good beat for today. Do you know why? Because it sounds like a mother. Yeah. Moms are generous people, right? Yeah, and they're always thinking about other people, right? They're always taking care of their children and thinking about their children's needs and what their children want and need, right? They support their children. They always want the best for their children because they want them to be successful in life and to do well. Yeah. Does your mother listen to you when you have something to say? What was that? Sometimes she's busy. Yeah. Well, moms are very busy people. Yeah. But, you know, if you have something important to say, I'm sure she'll listen. She might tell you have to wait a little bit. Like, my granddaughter came over the other day, and she really wanted to go outside and play. And she stood there beside me, and she went, "Gamma, outside, play, bounce, trampoline." I knew she wanted to go outside and play and bounce on the trampoline, and I really wanted to take her, but I wasn't quite ready. I was busy, and I just didn't have time right then. But in a few minutes after I was done doing what I was doing, then we took her outside, and we had a great time playing. Yeah. So sometimes you might have to wait if mom is busy doing something. Yeah. But she cares, and what you want matters to her, and she, you know, she loves you all the time, even when you're naughty. Even when you need to be punished. Yeah, you know, your mom went through a lot of work to have you, and sometimes your behavior might frustrate her, and she might have to punish you for it. Yeah, and do you know why she does that? To help you know that you don't want to do that again, right? It's not because she doesn't love you. She's just trying to teach you not to behave like that. Yeah, you're her baby. She put a lot into you. Yeah, you know, when you're around a gracious person, it makes you feel better and it makes you want to be better. And I think moms have that influence on us too. They encourage us to be better people. And it might mean sitting in timeout sometimes, though, to think about it. Yeah. Well, I'm just so thankful for my mom, aren't you? I mean, I don't mean for you to be thankful for my mom. I mean to be thankful for your own mom. Yeah. Moms are so important, and they help you do everything you need in life to be successful. Yeah. So when mom gives you peas and broccoli, well, she's not trying to be mean. She just wants you to eat healthy food. Yep. Just mix your peas with your mashed potatoes. Yeah. And when she wakes you up in the morning, you know, same thing. She's not trying to be mean. She just wants to make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be at the right time. And if you don't like the clothes she picks out for you, pick out your own, and then make sure you take a bath and brush your teeth when she tells you to, because you got to take care of your body. Yeah. And for those of you who can't think of anything positive to tell mom, well, look, I have some suggestions here. You could tell her, "I love you," or "Happy Mother's Day," "You're special," or "Thank you for everything." Those will put a smile on her face. Yeah, just make sure she knows how special she is to you. Yeah. You know what? I think I'll tell my mom all of those. Yeah, I think I'll tell her, "I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. You're special, and thank you for everything." And you know what? She usually watches my show, so she probably just saw that. Yeah. Oh, well, I do wish all of you mothers a very happy Mother's Day. I hope your day is just plain awesome. Yeah. So to all my friends out there, well, thanks for joining me today. You take care. You stay healthy, safe, and happy. And Grandma Kitty will see you again soon. Bye-bye.